Lockdowns may be behind us, but COVID isn't. And with winter around the corner, is it time for jab number 5? And what about the flu vaccine?
We're much more likely after this winter to go to a yearly vaccine.
I'm having a COVID booster.
Are you noticing some resistance from the community?
We've been doing this now for 3 years. Everyone wants to move on, but the reality is we just can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is vaccine number 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But is it necessary?
There have been some quite significant changes in COVID vaccine advice. I guess the main one to be aware of is that for healthy adults between ages of 18 to 65, it has very much become an individual choice whether to get COVID vaccine boosters, that is 4th or 5th doses.
Dr Nick Coatsworth says he's had 3 vaccines.
But the important thing as well is to remember that for those Australians over the age of 65, particularly those in residential aged care facilities, the advice is to get the 5th dose of COVID vaccine, and that should be given 6 months after the previous dose or 6 months after a COVID infection.
I am having the COVID vaccination. I think it's my 4th shot, and then I'm also getting vaccinated because I'm going overseas next week for typhoid and Hep A.
At Bloom's the chemist in Sydney's Randwick, Madison's rolling up her sleeve for a cocktail of shots.
Did you have any hesitation getting your 4th COVID jab?
No, not really. I figure I'm coming and getting other vaccinations. Why would I hesitate for that one?
There's great demand at the moment. We're booked out every 5 minutes, Monday to Friday.
Current government advice is Australians can have the flu vaccine and the COVID booster at the same time. Pharmacist Rohit Uppal and his staff are doing their best to keep up with demand.
We're vaccinating 5-year-olds to 100-year-old people with the new strains out and the new vaccines out. Compared to last year, I think there's more uptake this year.
I work in a retail position, so I don't want to spread it to any of the customers.
George is scheduled to have his 2nd booster, so his 4th jab, today. But he admits he was confused by current advice.
I asked my GP, so it was hesitation in the fact that I just don't know much about it. So I wanted someone to tell me if it was worth it.
Spaced appropriately, there's no evidence to suggest that there's a limit to how many we should be having at this stage. And I think there's many analogies of other vaccinations, the flu being a great one, that we have them year after year, and there's no sort of build-up or problems associated with that.
Professor Jason Kovacic is Executive Director of the Victor Chang Cardiac Research Institute and a cardiologist at St Vincent's Hospital in Sydney.
Long COVID will arise in a proportion of patients that get COVID, and one of the best ways of avoiding long COVID is vaccination. I'm still seeing patients as a cardiologist that have cardiac-related features of long COVID, so chest pain, palpitations, fast heart rate, low blood pressure, dizziness on standing, all of those sorts of symptoms.
There are no specific therapies for long COVID. According to the professor, the best protection is vaccination.
So for you, COVID is now just as important, as serious as it ever was?
It's certainly not as bad as it was a year, 2 years ago, but it's certainly not gone away.
Judy, you are here having your flu jab.
Flu jab,
Have
yes.
you had a COVID jab yet?
I have. I had number 5 about 3 weeks ago.
Did you have any hesitation? You think, gosh, I've already had 4, should I have the 5th?
No, none at all.
Straight into it?
Yep, straight into it.
Clinical trials are underway on an annual vaccine that protects against COVID-19 and influenza. But whether the COVID protection will last the full 12 months that we get from the flu is yet to be established. COVID is a year-round illness. The flu is usually seasonal.
We're not quite ready for the advice to move to a COVID vaccine every year, and I'll tell you why. The number of variants circulating is still quite significant, and those variants do escape the immunity that's driven by previous vaccination.
Dr Nick Coatsworth says not enough Australians in aged care are having their 5th COVID jab.
We need those rates to be up well north of 90%, both for those individuals, but also to relieve pressure on our hospital system.
Do you think you'll have a 5th, a 6th, a 7th?
I think I'll do whatever's recommended, to be honest. Yeah, like I want to stay healthy, so whatever comes up and whatever my doctor tells me to do, I will.